2018 has been another turbulent year in the Middle East. Here are the 5 headlines that have marked the year in the region. Saudi Arabia admits Khashoggi killed. Saudi Arabia faced one of the biggest diplomatic crises in its history, following the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi by a 15-man hit squad inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Gruesome details of the killing sent shockwaves around the world and placed international pressure on the kingdom. 16-year-old Palestinian killed by IDF during Gaza border protests. Every Friday for the last 9 months, thousands of Palestinians have participated in the Great March of Return, demanding an end to Israel's blockade on Gaza and the right of return for millions of Palestinians. At least 220 Palestinians have been killed and more than 20,000 injured. The bloodiest day of protest was May 14th, the day when the US Embassy officially moved to Jerusalem. Yemen is undeniably the world's worst humanitarian crisis. 4 years after a Saudi-led coalition waged war on Houthi rebels, more than 60,000 people have been killed and 14 million people are on the brink of famine. A ceasefire deal was reached amid growing international pressure. But will it be enough to alleviate the humanitarian crisis? US sanctions are economic terrorism. US President Donald Trump pulled out of a 2015 nuclear deal with Iran and reimposed sanctions aimed at the country's oil industry. Other signatories of the nuclear deal, including Britain, France, Germany, China, and Russia, did not play along with the US. But US sanctions have once again crippled ordinary Iranians as their currency collapsed and inflation soared. Syria's war could be entering its last and most dangerous phase. After 7 years of war, Assad's forces, assisted by Russia and Iran, control most of the country. The siege of eastern Ghouta ended with a victory for the Syrian regime. Idlib, home to 2.5 million people, remains the last rebel-held area and faces fears of a humanitarian crisis. Trump's surprise withdrawal from Syria could lead to Iran, Russia, and Saudi Arabia trying to gain dominance in US-controlled areas. So while the civil war may be dying down, is the conflict far from over?